The Kid from the Other Side of the Tracks is a monologue that I have adapted from my own narrative, Resiliency of the Spirit Within, which can be found on Amazon.com. I want to thank Ryan E. Beats for this beautiful backtrack, acoustic guitar type beat. Forgive. Enjoy the story. My hair was once like fine black silk, curled and thin, while my glassy eyes were brown and glazed over with a vagueness that could not be named. Age has since removed that curly hair, but faith has filled my eyes with a light once not present. Before that light, the unquestionable existence of fear, loneliness, and brokenness peered out into the world through those two tiny gateways to the soul. I was the kid from the other side of the tracks, before I even knew I was. It is sometimes hard to remember life back then, as only flashes appear here and there. I'm certain that there is so much that God has allowed me to forget. At the very tip of my memory's oasis where resides unforgotten dreams, I see those early years when I lived in a trailer, nestled back away from the main road. And it was obscured by the trees along that narrow driveway. The hidden trailer also veiled that underneath that rickety old roof lived two brothers. From what I can now vaguely recall, from those waking dreams which were once my reality, was living outside of historical Gettysburg in that rundown trailer park beside the old railroad tracks. And every night at an unrecallable time, the whistle of the old freight train would let me know that the sunrise was near. Sometimes the silhouettes and shaded figures fashioned in my mind's eye haunted me. Hidden beneath a blanket of dreamlike whispers, I could almost hear the darkness laughing at me as the soft voices in my mind called out to me from those hidden crevices of nightfall. Even as an adult, I would hear those undertones in the wind occasionally. The same war fought on those bloody battlegrounds only a few miles up the road in July of 1863 would be fought in my own home. Not by cannon fire or piercing bayonets, not with the devastation brought forth in the aftermath of a Union or Confederate clash, but with an arsenal just as damaging and no general to prepare the troops for war. The cadences of domestic violence would be heard through the next few decades as they were played upon the fragile snare drums of my memory. A short way down the road from our rundown trailer lived a teenager who was going through some of the same things we were. Looking back now, I imagine that his situation was much darker than mine. Only God knows the details of that tragic yarn, and it really wouldn't be my story to tell. What this author does know is that he was the son of our landlord, the same man who had once entered our trailer one evening intoxicated. On that night, seasons a million miles from memory's rest stop, he pushed me into an old kerosene heater, leaving behind a scar I still bear on my left hand. One dark summer night, as the old man slept, passed out from the alcohol coursing through his bloodstream, the silence was shattered by the sound of a shotgun penetrating the night and then carried swiftly upon the back of the wind as it echoed through the trees, down the lane and through the trailer park. For a moment, time slowed, and the sound of an approaching storm, forged within the human soul, was all that could be heard. Please help end domestic violence. Hey, thank you for listening.